With just 3 days to go until the start of the season, we're going to get Jamie O'Hara's Premier League predictions there. Jamie, there, look. Double thumbs up. Double thumbs up. We're going to start
It's weird because my head looks actually the same size.
You look fantastic there and there, Jamie. Right, we'll start with top goal scorer.
I'm going to go rogue a little bit. I'm going to say Isak. I think he needs a massive season. I think Manchester City may struggle. So I'm going to go Isak.
OK.
Yeah. I mean, the obvious one's Haaland, right?
I know, I assumed that was just going to be Haaland full stop, but he had bad injury last season. Is one summer of fitness enough to hit the ground running?
Well, I mean, he's proven that he's a top, European striker. He was one of the best in the world. He obviously had a really bad injury, but I just think this is the season for him to come and get involved and be good. Did you have Haaland?
I would have said Haaland, yes, but it's all about you. It's not me. It's Jamie's Premier League predictions. Player of the year, then.
Oh, that's a tough question. Player of the year. Who won it last year? Do we know? Can you remember?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
Who did you say?
I've put you on the spot.
Declan Rice.
Yeah. So OK. I don't think it'll be far away from Declan Rice. I'm going to go Tonali.
Yeah, well,
I'm going to go Tonali.
So you've gone from an Arsenal midfielder to a Tottenham.
I think he's going to have a great season. I think it's, he's signed for a big club now. And I think he's going to have a big year. I think that Tonali's a massive player for us. He's going to play week in, week out. We don't have Europe, so I think he'll feature pretty much every game if he stays fit. So I think he's going to have a big year.
You upset that Newcastle fan before the break, right? You've just said
I'm only messing.
You've just said that Isak's going to be top scorer, and now you're saying that Tonali's joined a big
They've got some good players. They let them all go. Like, they're going to go and do things.
These are the words of Jamie O'Hara, OK? Not me. Right, let's turn attention to teams. Now, this is always a hard question.
Yeah.
A surprise package.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many surprises. Maybe last season with Sunderland and that, and surprise package, maybe Coventry. Maybe Coventry. Could they do what Sunderland done? I think they're a massive football club, fantastic fan base, back in the Premier League. Frank Lampard, I think, is a brilliant manager. He's proven now that he's a top manager. So I think I would say maybe Coventry could spring a surprise and be... They got a tough start. I think they got Arsenal and Man City in the first 3 weeks. But in between that, I think they got Hull.
Their away fixtures are very difficult. All of this on paper, of course. Home fixtures seem a little bit more...
Yeah, so I think...
Winnable.
Yeah, I think Coventry could surprise a few.
It's surprising just staying up?
Yeah.
Or it's surprising actually doing a Sunderland and getting to Europe?
Getting to Europe? No, I mean, come on, that's a big ask. I think they'll stay up comfortably.
OK. Yeah, I think that's fair enough to say that's a surprise. 9 new managers in the Premier League, or 9 clubs who've changed their manager over the summer. However, which team will be the first to change their manager?
I mean, this
is a negative question, I accept.
Look, there will definitely be changes, 100%. Before Christmas, there will be managers sacked because it's just so cutthroat now. I look at maybe Arbeloa at Fulham. Am I convinced he's going to do a good job? I don't think he's done a good job at Real Madrid. I think he's been thrust into the limelight because he managed Real Madrid. So I would say Arbeloa or Crystal Palace manager. Sorry, remind me of his name.
Yeah, Saga.
Yeah, I think Crystal Palace might be a tough start for them as well. So that'd be my 2.
They got their last manager appointment right, didn't they, with Oliver Glasner?
They did.
Right, this is much more positive. Who will be manager of the season?
De Zerbi. De Zerbi.
You'll have to give us your reasons rather than just that you love Tottenham.
Do I? No, look, I think De Zerbi's going to have a big year. I think, look, Spurs are going to get themselves back amongst the elite. Can they... The thing is I'm saying De Zerbi, but then I'm not convinced Spurs will finish Champions League. So I don't think he can say he can get manager of the season. So I'm kind of contradicting myself a little bit. It's the story of my life. I'm going to have to change manager of the season. I'm going to have to go Arteta. I'm going to have to. As much as I hate to say it, I think that they are the team to beat. I don't think there's going to be someone quite good enough to beat them. Alonso maybe could be one that springs a surprise. But I think I'm going to go simple and go Arteta on that one.
It's quite the U-turn from the manager you really want to win it to the one you really don't want to win it.
Well, I want anyone to win it, just not Arsenal.
Right.
but Arsenal are in a great spot.
Yeah. OK, fair enough. You said that you're not convinced Tottenham will make Champions League. Where do you think they will finish?
I think sixth. I think sixth will be a really good season for us. Sixth or seventh, get back into the European places. I think that'd be a real forward step for us. I think with a manager, you know, we've finally got someone in charge who can take this club forward. We've made some really good signings. Still got more signings to make, though. Not 100% convinced that we're ready to go against Brentford. You know, I think that's going to be a tough day for us. Still got lots of injuries, trying to get our best players back. But I think we'll have a really positive season. I think that is where we need to get back to. And I think it's a stepping stone in the right direction.
Hey, you never know. If sixth, push on to fifth, that could well be Champions League. In fairness, right, this one might upset you. You've already got them down to win the Premier League.
Yeah.
How many trophies will Arsenal win?
One.
Just the Premier League?
Yeah.
OK.
I don't think they're good enough to win the Champions League.
And do you think that Carabao Cup and FA Cup aren't as important?
I just don't think they're going to concentrate on that. I just think it's about winning the league for them. I think they want to retain the title. They've never done it before. It's something that the manager can instill in the team this season. You know, retain the title. We've got to go and do that. We have to. If you want to be a great team and be classed as a great team that lives in the history of Premier League, Man United have done it, Man City have done it. You've got to go and retain the title. So for me, I think that'll be their aim.
Premier League winner, we know that you've already gone for Arsenal on that one. You can breathe a huge sigh of relief because coming up, we were going to ask you for your relegated 3, which would have got you a lot of grief, I can assure you. However, you've been saved by your own club because we've been promising going live to Tottenham training ever since we've come on air. Well, they are now ready, OK, and our reporter Adam Smith is there for us, OK. So Roberto De Zerbi there will be training behind Adam with his squad. I think, Adam, the first question to ask is, given that there are so many injuries around the place, who's there and who isn't?
Yes, morning Tom, morning Jamie. I'd like to say I'm at a very sunny Hotspur way, but it is a bit damp and it is a bit cloudy, but that hasn't dampened the spirits here. There's a lot of excitement building ahead of Tottenham's first Premier League game of the season, which is, of course, away to Brentford as part of Sky's Saturday Night Football offering this Saturday. So you're right, I'll move out the way. You're not here to see me, you're here to see the open training session. So this is the last open training session for the media, importantly, prior to that first game. They will, of course, train before that game on many occasions, but this is the players that are training. As you can see, Spurs did have 2 games, it's worth pointing out, on the weekend, both to Hoffenheim. A 3-0 victory at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium was followed by a 2-2 draw in another fixture against the same opposition. That game was held here. So Josh can just work his magic, as he always does, and we can see some of the players that are training. So you've got the club record signing there, Tonali. We can also see Van Hecker there. They're doing a bit of pre-activation. Now, importantly, the players that aren't on the grass as far as we can see. So there is no Kulusevski, there is no Kudus. Mickey van der Ven and Solanke, we don't believe are currently training. Just to reiterate, this is an open training session for the players, a bit of media activation. They're just getting some drinks before they get started with the football. So those are the key players that are not training as we speak. Kulusevski, Kudus, van der Ven and Solanke. But importantly, Destiny Udogie is out there. Also worth noting as well, some of the young players that have impressed a lot in pre-season are out there. The likes of Mikey Moore and, of course, Luca Williams-Barnett. And that is a man that a lot of Spurs fans will be very happy to see. Of course, James Maddison. Now, importantly, James Maddison did play 45 minutes on Sunday in that 2-2 draw with Hoffenheim. So he is one of the players that is out on the grass, which I'm sure will please a lot of Tottenham fans watching.
Yeah, in terms of Tottenham fans, they've been messaging the show saying they think the front line looks particularly light. Is that fair to say, and is it mainly down to injuries?
Yeah, it's a good question, actually. Think of how Spurs have strengthened this summer. It's been a summer like no other, really. You look at all the players they've invested in. They've strengthened in the midfield areas with the likes of Sandro Tonali and Mateus Fernandes. They've strengthened very strongly indeed, it has to be said, in the back line with the likes of Van Hecker, Senesi, Robertson as well. And there have been outgoings as well, do not forget. But you're right in saying that a lot of Spurs fans are wondering, will Tottenham do more business? And we have heard De Zerbi on many occasions talk about Spurs not being done. And it is the attacking areas that we believe, as we've been speaking about regularly on Sky Sports News, we know there's long-standing interest in the likes of Savinho. There's been various reports linking Tottenham with Cody Gakpo as well. So they would be the areas, if we were to suspect any further business for Tottenham in the transfer window, that they would strengthen. It's a question I wanted to ask Jamie, really. Is that the obvious area you think Tottenham have to strengthen before the end of the window in those forward areas?
Yeah, absolutely, Smithy. I think that's the biggest worry. As you said, people are not out there, as in Kulusevski and Kudus. Huge players for us. Solanke as well, like, need him back fit. So, if we can't rely on them to stay fit this season, we have to look at the market and see who we can bring in. Cody Gakpo, Savinho. We have to bring it. Look, Smithy, I know you've been keeping an eye on Spurs. Tell's actually looked really good in pre-season. He looks quite exciting. But I wasn't convinced of him last year. So, look, let's see. Mikey Moore scored 2 goals against Hoffenheim. Could he feature? So I just think we need to sign a big left winger. I think that's what the club needs.
And Adam, a lot of people are talking about the money that Tottenham have spent, but actually Tottenham have recouped some, and, well, a lot as well, haven't they?
Yeah, it's a great point. We mentioned the players that Spurs have signed. Let's not make any mistake about it. It has been an unprecedented summer in the transfer window for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. I mentioned just then all the players they've signed, but let's not forget they've sold Christian Romero to Atleti. They've sold Jed Spence. Luka Vuskovic was sold for over 50 million, despite never playing a Premier League game. So they have brought in quite a bit of financial clout there as well. Will Lancashire's gone out. Manuel Solomon's gone out. Ashley Phillips has also gone out. Vicario Medical at Juventus. So there has been a lot of outgoings as well as a lot of incomings. Make no mistake about it. This is a very new-look Tottenham Hotspur squad going into this new season. There is a lot of excitement about what Roberto De Zerbi can do for Tottenham Hotspur this season. But to pick up on Jamie's point, actually, he's right in what he says with regards to some of the younger players, because the players that have been used the most in pre-season in those forward areas have been, as well as Matthias Teller, who's looked good, Richarlison, but 2 of the young lads, Mikey Moore and Luca Williams-Barnett, who both impressed at the weekend. Are they players that you'd like to see given a chance, Jamie, this season, or is it quite simply you want to see them buy big still before the end of the window?
No, I think Mikey Moore's definitely one that I can have an opportunity. I think he got Player of the Season, right, up in Scotland last year. He's a talented footballer. I think there's opportunities there for him. Is he going to be a starter? Probably not, but I think there's opportunities for him to be involved in the team. I have to say, has he got a vest on, Smithy? Has Mikey Moore got a vest on? Can we zoom in on that? That's an act.
I can confirm he is wearing a... I can confirm he is wearing a short-sleeved top. Why are you not having that? I think he looks in great nick, personally.
Of course
Why are
he's
you not
in
having
great
that?
nick, but what is he, 20? He's got a vest on. It's not Ronaldo.
Well, if he's still wearing a vest in the winter...
Jamie, don't tell me, Jamie... Jamie, don't tell me you've never rocked a vest at your time at Tottenham. I'm not having it.
I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Every other player there's got a proper shirt on, proper T-shirt, and Mikey Moore's got a vest on. Game's gone, mate. Yeah, Game's gone. So
Jamie, having said he'd give him a chance, he doesn't want to give him a chance anymore. Adam, great stuff. Thank you.
Yeah, he changed his mind quickly there, didn't he? Thanks, guys.